The Young Men Christian Association, YMCA, has underscored the need for the government to create a conducive environment for youth-led businesses to flourish. YMCA National General Secretary Esther Zulu says youths have immense potential and energy to be productive, but a significant portion of them is grappling with joblessness, which stands at 20%, according to the Zambia Central Statistical Office. In a statement, Mrs. Zulu proposes that the government remove bureaucratic barriers, provide access to sustainable finance, and foster an ecosystem that supports entrepreneurship as opposed to the status quo.
Hundreds of youths Tuesday gathered at the Young Men Christian Association YMCA offices in Lusaka to commemorate this year's Youth Day. This year's commemorations have been held under the theme Zambia at 60, Be the Change. The fun-packed event saw youths treated to various activities such as poems and life lessons through a panel discussion.
Soul is light, a young and energetic soul burns bright. Youth creativity can make our country a better place. Development, establishment and empowerment. A country can never be in dullness with youth creativity.
So there must be boundaries. Even if you find that this is possible. So boundaries should come from both sides. The youth pastor and that member.
Speaking on the sidelines of the event, YMCA National Youth Chairperson Nola Chabu called on government to create a conducive environment for youths to realize their full potential.
It's social entrepreneurship, mental health advocates. I think it's the plea for me to the government and also to other NGOs to create a conducive environment, because for so many times in Africa we preach and we talk about the change in mindset, but is the environment still conducive? Because we can have renewed mind, but the environment safe for young people to.
Lafeka Malunga is YMCA National Youth Vice Chairperson and shares his perspective on this year's youth celebrations.
The theme being the change, I think for me, Mahatma Gandhi said it better than anybody else, to be the change which we want to be. So that for us means, taking it upon ourselves to, to bring about the change. So in terms of, community well-being, it is us, the youth, who are supposed to be in the forefront, of implementing programs and being the forerunners, of bringing about that change.
For some participants, the event has been enlightening.
And the fact that they brought in someone to speak about climate change and what is happening right now, like the global warming and everything, is amusing. Like, people don't educate more about climate change, and looking at the fact that they're bringing it in and someone coming to educate people about this is mind-blowing.
So capacity building is very, very important, very hard. Otherwise, when you give an opportunity to anybody who has no ability to handle, make the most out of that opportunity, they are doomed to fail.
For Camnet TV News, Afias Kaptula, Lusaka.
The Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA, says it has upscaled awareness on suicide following the high cases being recorded in the country. YMCA Chabo has told Prime TV News that the organization has been conducting awareness programs countrywide on mental health with focus on reducing suicide cases. Ms. Chabo says the organization has further engaged the youths on climate change adaptation and mitigation, as these are some of the pressing issues affecting the nation. We have more in this report.
Youths gathered at the Young Men Christian Association YMCA in Lusaka for the 2024 commemoration of the Youth Day being celebrated under the theme Zambia at 60, Be the Change. For the YMCA, the call is for the young people to take care of themselves mentally, considering the high suicide cases being recorded in the country. YMCA Zambia Chabo says the organization has upscaled awareness programs on mental health with the young people.
So we do realize realize that mental health is something which has been abandoned, and recently, as at least we're seeing young people coming out. But we would want young people to raise self-awareness and also to be agents of, when it comes to mental health. And when it comes to issues of suicide, I believe that suicide is not the solution, but reaching out to people and just being open. But I think it all goes back to mental health. Individuals are different. For one person, music can work for them, but for the other person, it can't. So we just want young people to have this awareness. What really works for me when I reach rock bottom? Where do I reach out to? Who do I call? Where do I go in? So as the YMCA young people, I think we are taking up that basically mental health advocates and ensuring that our communities are safe.
Ms. Chabu further notes that the YMCA is also engaging the youths on issues of climate change.
At this year's theme, Be the Change. So we wanted to align this with our strategic plan and also with our Vision 2030, which the YMCA all over the world adopted. And basically, one of them today, our main focus was community well-being. So we are just trying to emphasize how can young people be the change also in line with those pillars, the 4 pillars which were adopted according to Vision 2030. So today's event, we are basically talking about social entrepreneurship. We are focusing on things like mental health and also looking at sustainable planets. How can young people be participants of climate justice?
The YMCA has further urged young people in the country to be innovative in participating in the development of Zambia.
Let's also focus, what can we offer to the world? What can we offer to the country? And despite saying that, yes, in Africa we advocate about mindset transformation, we advocate about the renewal of the mind, but we can't run out of the facts that we need to be in a conducive environment. So
the youths enjoyed entertainment by themselves as they also listened to key messages on different issues affecting them. Fumbe Chanda, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
You're still watching Prime Television's main news broadcast. Just now we take another break. Stay tuned.